If it's Monday, it's time for the Phillips Wraps and Graphics Late Model Tour, presented by Slingshot Racing League. I'm Johnny Rapp, and I'm joined in the Slingshot TV booth tonight by Justin Wilson and James Moore. Tonight we head to the famed Indianapolis Raceway Park for race number 4 of the season, the Circle City 100. Just 20 minutes from the legendary Indianapolis Motor Speedway lies a motorsports haven like no other, Indianapolis Raceway Park. In 1958, a group of 15 investors, including Tim Binford, Roger Ward, and Frank Dickey, sought out to create a one-stop shop of speed and performance, consisting of a 2.5-mile road course, a drag strip, and a 0.6-mile oval. With all of the bases covered, the complex officially opened for business in 1960 and has since been host to many of racing's finest series. From the NHRA and USAC to the NASCAR O'Reilly Series and everything in between, IRP has been the backbone of the motorsports industry for decades. Many iconic drivers such as AJ Foyt and Jeff Gordon have won on these hallowed grounds, and IRP is the site of racing legend Mario Andretti's first IndyCar win in 1967. Tonight, the drivers of the Slingshot Racing League will do battle for 110 laps, with only the best coming out on top. With only one extra set of tires, it's going to take patience and planning on top of pure speed to come home with the checkered flag. Before we fire the engines for the heats, it's time to step trackside for the playing of the national anthem. All right, back here live from Lucas Oil Raceway Park, IRP, whatever you want to call it. It has so many names, but before we get the heat races underway, we're going to move into our points after race 3 last week at South Boston. Braxton DeWise holding on to that points lead. Justin, man, just look at this battle that's been shaping up. It's man, there's a lot of heavy hitters up here, and yeah, it's only going to get closer as the season goes on.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you already know Chris French coming off 3 solid top 3 finishes. I mean, he's already known he's chasing those 2 guys, Braxton DeWise, as well as the guy in 3rd place in points who's made up huge ground since his kind of unwelcoming first race of the season, but already up to 3rd in points, Kyle Turzac. So we're already looking at him. I think 2 wins on the board already. Martin Piccatelli's looking good in 4th place. Devin Jack with a couple of great finishes, finishing off 5th. But Jacob Phillips hitting that season header win, but kind of fell back since the his win at the beginning of the season. He's fell back to 6th, tied with Dylan Potts back here. Ryan Bittler we see, and Vincent Weaver, who mind you, is one of our flip counts of the season so far, tied for 8th currently.
Yeah, stories all through the field here. Hey, I got it. The stories all through the field here. In this, the competition is so good here. You never know what you're going to see in one of these races, I mean, it's just so fun to watch. Just looking at qualifying right now on speed, I don't think anybody's going to be surprised to hear that Kyle and Braxton are going to be up at the front tonight. But before that, we got some stories to get into. Justin, talk us through this racetrack. What are we going to be looking for tonight?
Well, the main thing tonight, especially at IRP, it's going to be rhythm and precision. So, I mean, these guys are going to be, we've seen it in practice so far. We've seen it in qualifying. Just hugging that kind of middle lane right there at the stripes is the best place to be around here. And you want to hit that mark every time. Now, there are alternate lines you can do. But the main thing is to try to stick to that bottom line. With that being said, the tire conservation. I mean, these guys are sliding off these corners. Just the rear end stepping out on the exit, but they got to be careful on, giving it too much power. But, at the same time, it's kind of a toss up. You want the speed on the exit, but is it worth killing the tires? They do have an extra set of tires on pit road, but when are they going to use it?
Yeah, that's the story here at IRP every time. It's all about taking care of your tires. Robert Brooks built the setup for this race, and he told me before that that's going to be the story tonight. Quickly, let's run through these last 2 stories, Justin. We are about ready to have some heat race.
Yeah, nonetheless, I mean, the restarts can make or break your night. I mean, we've seen it. For each one of these races so far, we can have a really long run, but as soon as our restart kicks off, that's your best opportunity to capitalize on the gaining positions. But the main thing is that kind of question mark there at the end is that high line. That high line is an option tonight. It's a little bit more banking, and you can see guys doing a lot of diamonding, especially on the exit. Use that high line and kind of bring it back down. But so I'm curious to see if we'll get that high line in tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to follow all night. But now let's take you trackside. It's time for the heat race. Back 6 car is going to be here trying to improve their starting position a little bit. Gonna be a quick 10-lap heat. No one's going home tonight, at least not to the best of my knowledge. Might be interesting to watch. Bunch of cars up here. Let's see who we got. Who do we have in our heat race tonight? Let's see. We've got Blaze Richardson. We've got Ryan Bittler, Randy Gross, James Danforth, and Ryan Hinkle. I think Rye Jones was going to attempt to be here tonight, but I don't think he was able to get in here. Got some technical issues going on. Now look at that. There's a little bit of a starting grid for you. We see right there, 5th place, Ryan Hinkle.
Well, while these drivers are going around for these pace laps here, before we kick it off, just want to thank everybody for joining in tonight. We've got a lot of people in the chat already kicking off the chat early on, and we love to see it. We got Wester 8 in the chat saying he's ready for some trivia tonight. I'm telling you, we're going to do some trivia tonight. Just kind of going through here. But speaking of the activity tonight, keep in mind we are giving away a free pack of trading cards, as we do each and every week. It seems like they are not a custom card pack, as Johnny would normally say for us, but nonetheless, stay active today. Tell us who your favorite driver is, who you're rooting on for tonight. Tell us who you're rooting on in this heat race tonight as well.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think it's going to be, I think for the heat race, I'm going to go with, let's give it to old Blaze. He's going to light a fire under these guys. It's going to be fun to watch as we get ready to head to green. Through the turn, pace car is going to dip off here in just a moment. Making their way down the backstretch. Got some good-looking paint schemes out there tonight. James Danforth I talked to before the race. I know he wanted to start up a little higher than this, but, sometimes this is where you find yourself. So it's going to be his hole to crawl himself out of. Field in the hands of Blaze Richardson coming out of turn 4. Let's see where he fires. James Danforth chomping at the bit there in the 88, trying to get going. He's ready. Fires late. Might have been outside the box nearly. Blaze Richardson sends it off into turn 1, clear of Ryan Bittler. They're going to be nearly single file. I think Danforth's going to get done around the outside there. Yeah, clear out front, nearly clear in the back. I think that James Danforth is going to get clear there. He does. Gets clear of Randy Gross as we are single file 10 laps, quick race here, quick heat race. Shouldn't be much drama. Hopefully a little bit of excitement at least. But heard pre-race race control saying that they were going to be a little lax on cautions here, potentially, being that how short. Oh, the leader there, Blaze Richardson. Was he in the wall there, Justin? Yeah, he's in the wall there again, hard to the inside. Looks Ryan Bittler into turn 3 and 4, sends it to the bottom. Tries to pull off a slide job. Not quite there. James Danforth going to be right into this fight. Dare I say it, almost 3 wide down the front stretch as we are side by side for the lead. Bittler, Richardson. Bittler on the bottom, Richardson on the top. Can't quite keep that thing out of the walls. Bittler's going to clear. Richardson nearly going around as James Danforth's going to come through, nearly letting Randy Gross through as well. Oh, it's a fall from grace for Blaze Richardson there. Back to 4th now. Justin, what happened there?
It looked like Blaze got up in the marbles there a little bit up against the wall. May not be quite cleared off up there just yet, and got a little squirrely, and that allowed those 2 drivers to get by him. But right now the battle is on for the lead.
Yeah, we've got side by side up here between Ryan Bittler, James Danforth. I said earlier, James Danforth thought he could start better than he did. Looking to the bottom here, Bittler loose off the corner there. James Danforth hot in pursuit. He sticks it on the fence, both of them on the fence. Danforth, look at how high he can get up on this racetrack, trying to get the run off the corner. Danforth looking to build a run, trying to get the lead as we come to 5 to go. Battle continues to heat up here as they come off turn 4 at the stripe. Gap, haul it. Oh, let's see, 0.2 of a second there. Faster that time by for Ryan Bittler, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. I really think that James Danforth is a faster car right here. Might just be holding on a little bit. And look at Randy Gross back there just biding his time, seeing what he can do, seeing if any opportunities are going to present themselves. But man, what a run off the corner there for Bittler. That was a great run there, nearly in the wall, but he's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's just trying to take that preferred line from Danforth. He's saying, you're going to have to come by me the hard way. I'm not going to give this to you. Like we saw Blaze do earlier, unfortunately. Yeah, went down to a bit of a blaze of glory there. Lost that spot. Started on the pole. Ran really good the first couple laps. Set a scorcher of a first lap there, actually. But now sitting comfortably in the 4th position, followed by Ryan Hinkle in 5th. Oh, Danforth hard on the wall. That's going to bring Randy Gross to his inside as Randy Gross clears. James Danforth back to 3rd, seeing if he can get back to the bumper of Randy Gross as we come to get 2 to go. I don't think... Oh, look at Danforth down to the bottom, wants to try to get that spot back. That's going to be hard-pressed to do. It's just so hard to make that bottom work around here.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, it's just tough. You just got to paint that first, right above that first stripe line, all the way around this track, because the banking is just a lot flatter down there on the bottom. It makes it a lot harder to turn. You could use the banking to your advantage, but at the risk of those tires. But at a 10-lap heat race, that don't really matter.
No, tires are irrelevant here as we get white flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Ryan Bittler. Not a lot of pressure out back as Randy Gross is trying to track him down, but I just don't think I think he's going to run out of laps here. So we got James Danforth there in 3rd. Into the 4th turn, 3rd turn for the final time. It's going to be Ryan Bittler. A nice run off the corner to win your heat race tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Ryan Bittler taking it home, followed by Randy Gross, James Danforth, Blaze Richardson, and Ryan Hinkle.
Well, that's going to move us into our warm-up session here. And it gives us a little bit more time to talk about some pre-race stories. Well, we've already gone over the stories, but we're going to go over what's coming up next here. After tonight's race, this will be race number 4. So you see New Smyrna next week. Man, what a track, just very unique, kind of
fun.
long straightaways, really tight corners, very tactical, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see how these late model stocks handle New Smyrna. And you have Langley. Man, that's going to be a wild card race. That is a tight little track. Man, it's just always chaos there. We're going to see just how everybody can handle it. And then Five Flags, one of the most popular ones on the schedule, I'm sure. Followed by Stafford on the 2nd of March.
Yeah, good schedule up ahead. Can't wait to see a lot of these tracks. My eyes are on Five Flags, man. I was spent the last week in the paint booth with one of my guys. I got me one of these late model stocks painted up, ready to roll if I ever decide I want to get in there. I'm really considering stepping out of the booth for a week for that 5 Flags race. It's going to be tough for me to sit up here for that one. I might have to hop in on that one.
Well, we do need some action out on the track, and I'm pretty sure you'll bring it for us.
Well, I'll bring something at least.
Yeah, so I think while we have a minute here, let's step away for just a moment to hear from our partners at Whiplash SimCams. You can see all these beautiful cameras that they have set us up with here. Really appreciate their partnership and all the help they give us. Check them out if you need some custom cameras for your iRacing endeavors. Whiplash SimCams.
Back again from Indianapolis, Lucas Oil Raceway Park for the SRL Late Model Stock Series. Joined in the booth right now, guy you saw a lot in that heat race. We've got Mr. James Danforth on the under 88 machine. James, what's going on through your mind through that heat race? Obviously didn't quite end up where you wanted to, but looked like some fun out there. What do you think?
Yeah, it's hard for me to not just take it easy as soon as we start racing, because I just want to race. So I kind of burned my stuff up pretty quick. I'm gonna try to not do that in the race, hopefully. But yeah, it was fun.
Can you burn your tires up that bad in a 10-lap race?
I was leaning on the right rear quite a bit, so.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Well, we talked a little bit before the race about how you've had some bad luck this season. Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us what you want out of tonight.
I just want to finish tonight. That's my main goal, is to just finish the race.
Yeah. Well, we wish you the best of luck tonight. We've got 25 seconds left before we hit the grid. I'll send you back to the boys down there. Best of luck to you tonight, and hopefully talk to you in Victory Lane later.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, thank you, sir. James Danforth, driver of the number 88 machine. We've got the drivers meeting underway right now. Johnny, we're about ready to get going tonight. What do you feel? What do you think? You expecting anything special tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a wild show, a unique line here at IRP, where you kind of have to run middle high. It's not what you're used to in these late model stocks, where everybody's normally bottom feeding. But yeah, it's going to be a fun show, seeing who can handle that outside line and really make it work. But yeah, with that said, I think it's time that we're going to get into our pre-race grid here. And with our invert starting up front is going to be Jacob Phillips in at number 56, with Chris French starting in second place. We have Dylan Potts in the number 2, starting in third, and Aiden Neese starting in fourth.
Yeah, Braxton DeWise is going to be kicking off 5th place here tonight, with Kyle Turzac in 6th. Battle to watch right there, and starting in our 3rd row. Martin Pigatelli will be starting right behind them in that number 33 in 7th place, with Richard Parks in the 113 on his outside in 8th. One row back from there is Devin Jack in the number 49, with Mason Wilson in the number 7. Be kicking off 10th.
11th place is
Kicking off
going to
11th.
be
Oh, there you
Benson
go.
Weaver in that number 1 machine with with Robert Probst in number 5 on his outside. Then we have Brian Probst in the number 11 starting in 13th place with Garrett Lane in the 08 machine starting in 14th on his outside. Brian Bittler in the number 9 is going to be in 15th place here on the inside line. Randy Gross in the number 31 on his outside. And then we have James Danforth. We just spoke to him in that number 88, starting in 17th with Blaze Richardson on his outside in 18th. And rounding out the field is going to be Ryan Hinkle in that number 21 Mountain Dew machine.
Well, gentlemen, we've got our grid. We've got a race ahead of us. It's going to be a fun one, guys. We got one more lap before we go green. Real quick, Johnny, who's your pick?
Oh my, it's going to be hard to go against Braxton here, I think, tonight. I think tonight is his night.
I'm going to go ahead and take Kyle Turzac in the 15. I think it's going to be tough to beat him. We'll get Justin's thoughts a little bit later as we are going down the backstretch. For the final pace lap, pace car will carefully make its way to pit road as it leaves the field in the hands of Jacob Phillips coming off of turn 4. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. We are green at the Indianapolis Raceway Park. Jacob Phillips getting a good start there. Chris French to his outside as they wash up the racetrack. French strong on the outside. And behind them are 2 championship leaders, Braxton DeWise and Kyle Turzac. Heading into turn 3, it's going to be French on the high side, trying to make that thing stick. The high side is a preferred groove here. I'm sure Dylan Potts in the 2 is going to try his best to get something done here.
Yeah, I wanted to jump in there real fast just to let you know that Jacob Phillips did not start on the pole. He didn't get an EOL penalty for the beginning of this race, as well as Aiden Neese. They both had to go to the back. EOL will have to follow up on why, but yeah, Dylan Potts did inherit the lead there.
Yeah, our timing and scoring was a little bit off there as we've got a battle for the lead right now. Kyle Turzac, Dylan Potts down the front stretch. It's going to be Turzac on the bottom, Potts on the high side. If there's anybody who can send it hard enough to clear, it's going to be Kyle Turzac. Hard fighting back on the outside, Dylan Potts, but for nothing. And Kyle Turzac to the lead as Braxton DeWise looks to capitalize. Not quite there yet, but he wants to get Turzac right back in front of him. Off of turn 4, Kyle Turzac with a little bit of a lead there. Sets a good lap time there. 22.6 to a 22.8 to the next car. Braxton DeWise is going to have to make something happen here soon if he wants a chance to get by.
I don't know about that, James. It's still a long race. I mean, plenty of time to be saving those tires a little bit. But I would be worried if I was Braxton a little bit, just knowing how fast right now that 15 is, even just on the long runs. But Dylan Potts holding strong.
Yeah, Potts is doing really good up here. He inherited that lead from Jacob Phillips, and he is not letting go of it easily as he gets Braxton DeWise to his inside there, finally looking. Going to be a hard move for Braxton to pull off on the bottom there. We saw in the heat race just how difficult it is to make the bottom work, but I say that to the inside. Braxton DeWise is going to clear him into turn 1. Continue moving here. It's pretty much single file through the entire pack. Got a little bit of a battle. Oh, who was that getting into the wall? I believe that was the 113 of Richard Parks tagging the outside wall there. Right in front of Devin Jack. Devin's not one of those guys who's always quiet, but finds himself at the front at the end of these things. Just super quiet and consistent. Knows how to put his car in a safe spot to make it through the race. Very fun driver to watch. Not going to light the world on fire, but he's certainly not going to make a mistake either. 13 looking to the inside there. Martin Piccatelli, if he's got Devin Jack looking to his outside. I don't think I'd want to be looking to the bottom right now with the way this track's been tonight. I think the top's going to be the place to be. I think you're going to be hard-pressed to make any passes tonight. It's going to be a slow, methodical run forward if you want to get it done tonight. Wouldn't you say, Justin?
I don't know. I mean, you can use the bottom to your advantage, too. I mean, you're just going to have to put, one heck of a dive bomb into the corner and just hope that they don't have that run. You just slide up in front of them, kind of like a slide job move, as they would say on the dirt track world. But the opportunity is there. Just it depends on how aggressive you want to be early on.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. I was talking to our good friend Benson Weaver before the race, and he actually said that he was going to race this like a dirt track. The track is really wide, the setup is really loose. He said you can throw a slider from way back and try to make it stick. It's funny I mentioned that. He was side-by-side for a minute there with Aiden Neese. Eventually, Neese was able to get clear. Aiden Neese, talk about someone that just needs a clean night. You know, he was a really rough night in the office last week, so hopefully he can have a good clean night tonight, bring that thing home and get a finish that the pace deserves. Looking through the field a little bit, we've got Robert Bropes diving to the inside hard of the number 7 a little bit further forward. That's a good battle between Wilson and Bropes, as I believe, do we have Robert Bropes' heart rate monitor tonight? He told me that he thought we had hooked that up on him again. I'd be real curious to see what that is. He's still side by side with the 7 of Mason Wilson. Tough battle here. Yeah, look at that heart rate, 117. Elevated a little bit from his resting, but I've been told it's a healthy number to be at when you're in this intense of a situation. But it'll be fun to monitor throughout the night. That's the 49 nearly tagged the wall there off the corner. That was close. Close there for Devin Jack as he's got... wrecking in the turn. Aiden Neese, not Braxton. Benson Weaver and Brian Bropes involved. Got the 9, the 56, and the 21 parked as well.
Have to go back and take
got some beef in the driver's chat.
Yeah,
we'll have to see what's going on. Potentially the 45 Maiden Niece.
So a huge impact for the number 31. Yeah, it looks like it did start with Aiden. Yeah, pretty big impact to the inside wall there for Randy. And we'll go back one more time, try to get a
Randy
good look
takes a
at
gross
what
impact there. That's
happened to
rough.
Aiden.
Let's see what happens here. I said earlier, Aiden Neese just really needed a clear night. Oh, Brian Bropes. I'm not sure what to make of that.
Yeah, we're going to have to get back a little bit further. Maybe
I heard Aiden Neese on the radio. Different look at that. Aiden Neese said on the radio that he thinks he might have turned in a little bit early, but I don't know. He's definitely turning in a little early. It kind of looks like he might have just turned right across Brian Bropes' bumper there, and then Benson Weaver with nowhere to go. Just right up the rear end of the 45 Aiden Neese. Really unfortunate incident there. Justin, what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, it kind of looked like a battle for the same position going in the corner, because, I mean, Aiden was still entering in the corner as if he was going to take the higher line, and then Brian kind of entered like he was going to take the dead center of the track. So, I mean, that's racing at IRP. I mean, you don't really want to run the bottom. You want to run the middle. So these drivers, when they're side by side, they're kind of fighting for the same position. So it looked like a racing incident to me.
Yeah, I think so. I believe Race Control disagreed, as the 45 has been giving an end-of-line penalty. I don't know if that was from him asking for that, or if that's just a product of the incident that we saw there. But
that
really unfortunate incident there.
The race, so we are still waiting on Race Control's penalty there. Not to cut you off there.
That's what I get for not knowing how to read, ladies and gentlemen. No, please. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I apparently don't know how to read a timeline. Nothing new, as we all know. Working the caution here, Braxton DeWise got his way by up to second. He got through on Dylan Potts there a few laps ago. What are we thinking out of this battle?
My apologies. I was listening to the inboard radio, but not too as honestly on what your question was. But they did call that as a shared caution, as we anticipated, a regular racing deal. But I do apologize. What was your question?
I was just asking about this battle we're going to see up front, but it's fine. It's fine. Just like my parents, I know you don't love me. As we are coming down the backstretch, 2x2, pace car getting ready to pull off. It's your championship rivals, 1 and 2, with Chris French in third. He's your other championship guy up there. Those guys throw a blanket over him in the championship. Pace car is off field in the hands of Kyle Turzac. Let's see what happens. Turzac, DeWise, pretty good start for both of them. But Turzac's going to clear before turn 1. Runs up a little bit to get to his preferred line, but DeWise is not going to let him go through 1 and 2. Single file up at the front first. 3 or 4 cars, it looks like, nearly. Big gaggle of cars through the back, though. We've got Devin Jack trying to work his way through. all kinds of people side by side back here. We've got the 113 to the inside of Chris French, Robert Brobst and the 7 of Mason Wilson are side by side. Action all through this field, but looking out the rear window here of Kyle Turzac as Braxton DeWise just continues to hound him, trying his best to see if he can look high, look low, see where he can make a move happen. But it's going to be a tough pass to make to get tonight, guys.
I mean, you say that, but he just gained a massive amount and is starting to dip a nose there. I mean, he is there. He's a little bit quicker than Kyle is on this initial restart here. So, I mean, definitely keep an eye out. Those tires are cooled off a little bit more grip.
Yeah, you see that, but just as we say that, Kyle Turzac pulls that gap back up a little bit, and I really wonder if Turzac's just playing the management game right now. You know, just trying to preserve, keep Braxton DeWise where he wants him, and trying to save a little bit of tire himself for later in this race. Say that, we've got a heck of a battle here between Chris French and the 113 of Richard Parks. Looks like French no, not quite going to clear him off the turn there as the 113 power strong on the outside. We've got Chris French sending it to the bottom. He really wants to get up there and keep his championship rivals. If he can keep with them, he'll keep his championship hopes alive. Look at Devin Jack here, just watching these two nearly kill each other lap after lap. Look at that move, door slamming down the backstretch. Such a good little battle here. Richard Parks, Chris French clears himself. Great move there. We got someone nearly dying in the back. That was Blaze Richardson sideways off of turn 4. That was crazy to see. Little scary moment there for Blaze as he keeps the car going. He's down back in front of James Danforth. Benson Weaver in front of them. Behind, we've got James Danforth side by side with Aiden Neese. Oh, Aiden Neese gets clear. Danforth. Got Chris French talking about somebody blinking. I believe it's Dylan Potts up there with a bit of a connection issue, but no harm, no foul at the moment. We got plenty of gaps up here to worry about. We got better battles. Oh, as Blaze Richardson gets turned. Jacob Phillips involved. James Danforth involved. Looks like Aiden Neese might have been involved in that one too. 31 of Randy Gropes damage. Brian Bropes with more damage. Is that Ryan Hinkle back there? More damage as well? Is that who I saw? I don't know.
Yeah, it was Ryan Hinkle, Randy Gross, Brian Probst, Aiden Neese, Blaze Richardson. It was a good 5-6 cars involved in this one.
Yeah, let's see if we can figure out what happened. Oh, Blaze Richardson just tagged the outside wall, spun it off right in front of Aiden Neese. Ooh, big stack up there. That, for Randy Gross, that was a gross impact there. Not looking like he's going to be feeling good after that one. Brian Probst, another innocent bystander in that one. Just a really, really unfortunate incident there.
Yeah, a lot of front end damage. Yeah, for quite a few cars there in that stack up, and yeah, I mean it's kind of a slow wreck, but still some damage for those cars. And yeah, we're gonna have to see. Man, you can see it right there on pit road. There's a lot of cars. You can see the front of the 11, the 9, and yeah, hey, now it's time to come in and fix it, you know.
Yep. Got to get that damage fixed sooner or later. Might as well do it early in the races. These guys, I don't think, are going to be the pace car off. They're going to have a tough time getting down here before the pace car gets seen on the pit road. We'll have to follow that. Would be a shame to see these guys go a lap down this early. That'd be real tough to come back from.
Yep. So speaking of a long race, just a little disclaimer here that Johnny did mess the lap count up. It's supposed to be 110 laps here tonight, but we have 125 on the board. And yeah, I mean, we're just going to run a little overtime tonight. That's all. So
hey,
definitely,
I got no problem with that. More late model stock racing, sign me up. This series, every lap's entertaining, so I think we'll be all right.
Absolutely, one of the longest tracks of the season, and yeah, definitely going to be a long race. Good.
Yeah, I was just saying, keep yourself talking in the chat. We'll pick a winner for that free Panini NASCAR trading card pack. Be a good bit of fun. We love doing the giveaways. It's fun for us. It's fun for you guys. keeps you guys interested. We know, we get it. We know that that's, aside from my sultry voice, that's the thing keeping you here, and that's all right. That's all right. We accept that. It's the field working their way down the back stretch. Lights are out on the pace car. Dylan Potts blinking like crazy. He's got that Starlink internet. Shout out Elon Musk. Kyle Turzac on the bottom. Braxton DeWise on the top. Chris French, Dylan Potts in the second row. Devin Jack, Richard Parks in the third row. Let's see. Pace car off. Kyle Turzac gets into the box. Firing. Good restart work for Kyle Turzac. Dylan Potts kind of stacked the field up there on the bottom because they didn't know where he was. That's unfortunate to see. He's still blinking out bad. Clear up ahead, our leaders. Braxton and Kyle skirt away from the field. Behind, Chris French trying to move around the outside of Dylan Potts, seeing if he can get it done. He'd love to get clear. With that connection issue, it's just so scary being around a car dealing with that. Devin Jack, Richard Parks, side by side behind him as we work lap number 29 out of 125. Richard Parks, Devin Jack now side by side. Devin Jack working that outside lane. Preferred lane around the racetrack. Definitely hard to make that bottom work, but we've seen it done tonight. We saw Braxton DeWise make a power move on Dylan Potts to get by for second. We're going to need the 113 there to make something happen if he wants to happen. As they work through the lap traffic of Randy Gross. Randy Gross is just going to stick it on the top. Say, you guys come on by me. I'm sure the leaders would have preferred him to stick it on the bottom, but, you know, when you're the lap car, that's kind of what you do. You kind of get to dictate that. So let's just hope he doesn't cause a big stack up here. Randy's a very respectful driver, so expect him to stay out of the way, cause as little issue as he can for the rest of this field, you know. And Justin, if you're the leader here and you've got that lap car coming, are you thinking about even using it at all, or is Braxton thinking about trying to use it for a pick? I know at a track like that, like this, it's especially hard, but it's so rare we get to deal with the lap traffic here in this league.
I mean, you could, but in the situation that Braxton is right now, he's just too far back. We almost had a little incident there with Aiden Neese down there on the bottom. But yeah, I mean, you have the opportunity to do it. I mean, the lap car generally will always stay high, even at a track where you may not want him to, but a track like IRP, that it is safer for him to be up against the wall. But it's tough. Like you said, there's not really a lot of lap traffic right now. So Robert Bropes almost gets hooked.
Yeah, that was a close call there for Robert Bropes, as we've got him now sliding back a little bit. He's got the 08 and the who else is that? I can't even tell what that other car is there in front of Robert Bropes. Is that the 33 of Martin Piccatelli there? Yeah, these cars. Look at the Hornet's nest back here. This is going to be a wild battle. Let's see, how's Robert's heart rate doing?
Yeah, we could definitely check that out. Let's put this up here on the screen. I know his heart rate's probably spiking with all the kind of intense battles and savings doing. Yeah, 125. Definitely 125. Pumping as he's running that top line.
Yeah, he is working overtime in that car trying to make this line stick. It's just so difficult to make the outside work around here when you've got a car that's not handling right. And Robert told me he may have built the setup, but he's not a fan of the setup. So definitely working hard there to keep that car going the right direction. We got a battle behind him there. The 08 and the 7. 08 nearly washed up into the 7 there. That was a close call there. Aiden Neese working the bottom of Benson Weaver here too. Not quite able to get the Bensons inside. 08 and the 7 still continuing to battle. That is Garrett Lane and Mason Wilson. Mason Wilson wants the spot right now. Garrett Lane wants it. Benson Weaver is going to get up there, look to the inside of Garrett Lane. Close enough. Let's check in up at the front. What's our gap looking like? How's Braxton DeWise and Kyle Turzac doing? Kyle Turzac obviously scooting away with it for the moment, but I don't know if you see what I see on the timing screen, Justin. Identical lap times for our top two last lap. These two are so evenly matched, and that is just so fun to watch for us up here, right, Justin?
I mean, are you even surprised that their lap times are matching? And are you even surprised at who's running in third place as well? I mean, these three drivers have been basically the class of the field week in and week out between, Kyle, Braxton, and Chris French back here in third.
Yeah, it's definitely no surprise that we've got a 2-second gap between Braxton DeWise in second and Chris French in third. This has just been the tale of the season. Once Kyle and Braxton get clear, they can just set sail and get out of here and kind of control the race at their own pace.
Yeah, they are still about a half a track away from starting to catch lap traffic. So we're probably another 20 laps or so away under green flag conditions from catching lap traffic. So be curious to see how they're going to be able to navigate through there if we do make it. But, man, I just can't keep my eyes off of Chris French with Dylan Potts, because Dylan is just having some serious connection issues right now, and that scares me because it's just the iRacing net code, and when he gets close to Chris, we just have no control over it.
Yeah, and if you're Chris French right now, all you care about is consistency, getting to the finish. You're third place in the championship. It's pretty clear tonight that Braxton and Kyle are going to be the story, so you just need to hold on to that third so you can keep in touch with those guys. But a little bit further back, the 7 car and the 08 are still going at it like crazy. What a battle. These guys, I know we've been talking about the battle at the front, but these guys have been just sending it on each other the past like 5 laps, non-stop. It's been a very fun battle to watch between the 7 of Mason Wilson and the 08 of Garrett Lane, as these two still can't get it sorted out. And now back to the front, Dylan Potts. Look at these three. Dylan Potts, Chris French, and Richard Parks battling the heck out of each other. You'd think it's 5 laps to go with the way these guys are racing right now. Look at the 2 car on the bottom just sliding back. That connection issue is just so scary. If you're in the driver's seat, Justin, and you've got the 2 car in your front windshield, what are you thinking when you see these issues?
Oh, I'd be sending up some complaints. I mean, every now and then, yes, the connection can kick off, but if it's consistent like this, I'd be letting the fellow driver know to not get close to nobody, because just the net code alone. But I do want to talk about Richard Parks there a little bit if you have a moment, but he has been faster and matching lap times almost consistent with what the leaders have been running. He was a 10th off of what the leaders were running last lap. I mean, this 113 is moving.
Yeah, Richard Parks has been one to watch tonight. It's been an interesting little run for him so far. Hopefully he can get his way up here. Look at him on the bumper, Chris French. Just right. I mean, you can't fit anything in between those two. This is so tight. Really just needs to work that bottom, get a little bit better run. As here he goes, looking to the inside of Chris French. This is the battle for 3rd position. Chris French has it. Richard Parks wants it, and I think Richard Parks wants it now. I think he's ready to go up there and show these leaders that he's just as fast as them. As last time by, he was the 2nd fastest car on track.
Yeah, I mean, he's over here battling Chris French and ran a lap time similar to what Braxton DeWise is running. So, yeah, without a doubt, that one for 13, who started 8th place tonight, already making moves to get cracked into the top 3.
Yeah, I got to wonder if that driver is just not a fan of qualifying. Might not be as strong suit as they touch off the corner there. That was close. That's going to give Dylan Potts the chance to look to the inside here. Dylan Potts all the way to the bottom of the racetrack, seeing if he can make it stick. Not quite. Going to be side by side down the back stretch with Richard Parks. Door to door even. They ship it off into turn 3. Dylan Potts, strong charge on the bottom, running him up just as much as he can to leave a lane. Nearly makes contact as they door slam down the front stretch into turn 1, gives the advantage to Richard Parks for now. But Dylan Potts is not going to let him go that easy. Oh, they door each other in the middle of the corner. That's going to push the 113 up. Going to give the 2 car a little bit more of a run as he clears him going into turn 3. But you have to imagine Richard Parks not going to be a fan of that.
Yeah, I mean, he had to make a slight checkup while he was battling Chris French there, which is pretty much going to allow Dylan Potts to make this move. It looks like Dylan Potts' connection finally has settled down, so they're able to get this close door-to-door contact racing that we're seeing.
Yeah, real quick update for those at home. The blaze has extinguished. Blaze Richardson has retired from this race. He's decided there was too much damage on that number 4 machine and has pulled it in for the night. The pressure is still on here for these 3 cars: Chris French, Dylan Potts, Richard Parks. This is a fun battle to watch. These guys are very evenly matched right now, and I think at this point it's just who's going to make a mistake.
Without a doubt. Well, while we have a moment here under these green flag conditions, let's take a look at the chat so far. It's been super active tonight. Talking about what we got, Wester 8 saying let's have good luck to the number 8 machine. DeWise Renovations Mustang looking sharp tonight. We also have Johnny. Your dad's looking for you. He's looking for my boy Johnny. He ain't even in the race.
I'm also looking for my boy Johnny.
Commando Griff saying, miss running the late model stocks, some of the best racing on the service. Well, why aren't you out here running with us? And yes, they do have an extra set of tires out here tonight. So yeah, please keep the chat active. Again, giving away a free set of
Look at the
non-custom
send. Sorry to
info.
jump in there. Dylan Potts just sent it to the bottom, harder than I've seen anyone send it all night trying to get to the bottom of Chris French. Chris French, that outside, he is holding fast to it, everything he can. You shall not pass, says Chris French. Just look at him side by side behind him. Into the wall goes Richard Parks. Dylan Potts still on the bottom, trying to get there. Might give him the bumper here. Not quite close enough. Richard Parks still on the outside. Look at this battle, Justin.
Yeah, Dylan Potts kind of gave Richard Parks the little elbow coming off that corner. He ended up hitting the wall, but Dylan Potts just trying to capture third place here. And granted, this battle is slowing him down from the leaders, but nonetheless, exciting stuff here.
Oh, he pours him in the middle of the turn. Chris French up the track. Dylan Potts to the bottom as they get to the line. Dylan Potts going to send it on the bottom. Chris French is not going to be a fan of that. And they touch in the middle of the corner, going down the backstretch, still side by side. Look at Richard Parks nearly sending it 3 wide, shoving the 2 car into the corner, saying, please, please clear Chris French. We have to figure something out here, guys. This is not viable. Look at Chris French just hold it strong on the outside. There's door to door. I don't think they've gone 2 laps without making contact, let alone a corner without making contact. I think Dylan Potts might get him here, though. Dylan Potts going to turn down off the corner, and he is... No, still not clear. Chris French with the run on the outside. Oh, my gosh. And if you're Richard Parks right now, you just got to be saying, please, will one of you do something so we can go somewhere? Because look at the gap. These guys are running, I mean, almost 2/10 slower a lap than our leaders right now, just trying to sort this out. Chris French tags the wall with the right rear. Dylan Potts still there. They just won't quit. These guys just got no quit in them. They're going to destroy their tires if they keep this up, Justin.
Oh, without a doubt. So they're almost 3 wide there, but I'm not going to lie. That Whiplash SimCam freaking the front, sorry for that, but that front straightaway camera angle of Chris French completely sideways off of that last corner with Dylan Potts at his inside. That was just unbelievable driving from that 53 right now.
Chef's kiss for these guys. What a battle. Look at them. They are inches off of each other on corner exit. There is nothing. There's nothing between these drivers right now. Dylan Potts trying to make it work. I think he might have it here. He did it. Dylan Potts finally clears Chris French as here comes Richard Parks trying to make it through as well. Not quite there yet, and he's going to do it. Oh my gosh, Chris French in the span of a lap has gone from 3rd to 5th, but he's trying to cross Richard Parks over side by side down the backstretch. Going to send it into turn 3. Not quite able to hold it side by side, but he's still looking. No, Chris French going to have to settle for 5th off turn 4. A lap ago, he was in 3rd. What a wild couple laps there for these guys. Fantastic racing, fantastic battle. You can't ask for more respect out of your fellow competitors than that. Look at Richard Parks here trying to work over Dylan Potts now.
Yeah, the battle behind them is also brewing up. Oh, excuse me, with Garrett Lane, Martin Piccatelli, as well as Robert Probst. They were 2, almost 3 wide as well. Oh, Robert Probst kisses the wall off turn 4.
Yeah, Robert Probst told me that right before he got in his driver's seat tonight, he took a big shot of whiskey. He says it helps him get the nerves off. I don't know if that's possibly contributing. It's possible.
Probably helping with the heart rate a little bit, too.
Yeah, look at these guys side by side behind him. He's very clearly the roebuck right now for Martin Piccatelli and Garrett Lane. These guys both side by side. I bet you if they could get single file, they could get Robert Probst to run for his money. But look at that. 0-8 sends it in hard as Robert Probst runs down to the bottom. Interesting line through there. Not the line we've been seeing these guys make as he kisses the wall there off of turn 2. Now following Robert Probst right now is the 0-8 of Garrett Lane, the Atlantic Acura. I'm guessing it's probably an Acura race car now that I think about it, James. That's a pretty dumb thought to have. He very nearly gave him the bumper there in the last corner. These guys, look at him, going to cross him over side by side now. We've got the 0-8 of Garrett Lane, Robert Probst side by side in turn number 3. Coming off the corner, look at Robert up. Oh, smacks the wall there. That's not going to feel good. That whiskey's unsettled in his belly right now. I can guarantee you that. Heart rate's still sitting at 122, though. I got to be honest with you guys. I thought it might be a little bit higher. Now we see the 7 of Mason Wilson get to the inside of Robert Brobst, capitalizing on that little mistake there where Robert got the walls. Oh, he looks like he very nearly does it again, but still holding fast on the outside. Robert Brobst sends it to the top. Mason Wilson's going to send it down to the bottom, see if he can clear. Looks like he's probably going to get that move done here nearly, as now Robert Brobst falling into the clutches of Aiden Neese. Tags the wall again. Aiden Neese sends it hard to the bottom, below that yellow line even. Washes up very nearly into the door of Robert Brobst there. That is a close battle. That was very, very close on exit there.
Yeah, Aiden Neese is just throwing it into the corner here.
Yeah, want to consider throwing it up to our battle for third again. These guys up here, there's nothing between Dylan Potts and Richard Parks up there. Those guys are, oh my goodness, wow. I saw the same thing you did. Look at these two cars. You could not find two closer guys on the track right now. Chris French is kind of falling back. I'm thinking maybe he burnt his stuff up trying to hold those guys off for so long. Look at Richard Parks pushing Dylan Potts through the corner nearly. You can see that with our Whiplash sim cam there. They are so close through these corners. I mean, the lap times are within 100th of each other. Now, granted, those lap times are still 0.2 slower than our leaders, but what a battle to watch. Up the front, we got a 1 second gap between Braxton DeWise and Kyle Turzac. Just want to throw that back out there for the fans watching at home of those drivers. Everyone deserves a little bit of airtime. Gotta draw your attention right now to the number 1 of Benson Weaver and the number 9 of Ryan Bittler. They're battling with Robert Brobst right now. We've got a crazy little bit of jumping around going on right now. As Robert Brobst is just dropping like a rock. I have to wonder if that hit that he had on that outside wall that lap, I don't know, 10, 15 laps ago, really hurt that car. Look at him, nearly 3 wide here down the front stretch. Benson Weaver, Brian Brobst, and Robert Brobst. Benson looks to the top. He says, all right, you won't give me the middle. I'll drive around the top of you there, Robert. As Brian says, all right, I'll go down the bottom.
Wide.
4 wide.
Oh, we knew that wasn't going to work.
It doesn't work. 4 goes to 1, goes to none, as Benson Weaver, Robert Brobst, and Brian Brobst come together. Oh, Benson.
You want to...
And
4 wide was not on my bingo card tonight.
No, I did not ever see 4 wide coming. Just want to really quick draw your guys' attention to a comment that I got from Benson Weaver tonight, who said that the fact that this track was so loose and wide meant that you might see some wrecks. He said might. It was very, very important to mention that. And then he also said, this was before Robert Brobst pulled into the track tonight, he said that if Robert doesn't show up, that's 2 less cautions. Well, there's one of your 2, Benson. And then he said, he went on a whole rant. I had to censor this a lot. The other Brobst can quit getting so butthurt when we hit each other. My bad for giving you a lane. So Benson Weaver, in the span of 1 corner, is involved in an incident with both of the Brobsts. I know that's going to be fun to hear about after the race. I said earlier when I talked to Benson that we might pull him in for an in-race interview, but after that one, I don't think we want to, guys.
I just want to talk about how we were 4 wide on the exit of the corner. I mean, I just would not have anticipated seeing that, and we caught it completely live.
Did the 56 there wash up? Is that what caused that? That's kind of what it looked like. I think they very nearly made it work.
I mean, it's
Kyle
4
Turzac
wide.
comes in for his
I think they
tires.
all met up.
I think everybody came in for their tires under that pit stop. Man, pit road is a busy place right here. A short pit road, and man, you got 20 cars filling up every spot.
Am I correct in seeing that Braxton DeWise fell off 2 spots there under caution? And do I see someone stayed out? No, that's probably Randy Gross taking a wave around. Yeah, Braxton DeWise back to 4th. Chris French, Garrett Lane jump him. What happened to Dylan Potts back there in 7th? That's an interesting story too. Dylan Potts was running there in the 4th position, or the 3rd position with Garrett Lane. Stories up and down pit road, guys. Drama is afoot. Is it a full moon, guys? We had 4 wide at Indy Raceway Park. Have you ever?
So I do want to bring it up, and yeah, Justin, you might be able to cue this up, But we do have a pack of Panini trading cards to give away. And I don't know, do we have any trivia or anything ready to go? Or
I was just about to say, while we were under a yellow, I already had it ready. Let's bring up some trivia. I know there's some people in the chat ready for this, so we are going to talk about who won the first ever Xfinity race held at IRP back in I believe, 82.
Morgan Shepherd, Tommy Ellis, or Jack Ingram. I could see any one of those three, but I'd also like to point out it's actually the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts series. Justin, just fact check.
Fact check myself. Sorry, that was last year's model.
Shout out O'Reilly. Kyle Turzac leading the field back to green. Garrett Lane on his outside this time. Chris French third. Braxton DeWise fourth. A little bit of a shakeup. Good jump for Kyle Turzac. Look at that gap. He's going to be well clear. He's going to have a car length gap by the time they get to turn one. Dylan Pott's going to be, or Garrett Lane, sorry, is going to be clear into second. Side by side for third. Braxton DeWise, Chris French. This will be a fun battle to watch. As we know, Chris French fell off hard. Yeah. We're going to leave that trivia up on the screen for you guys for a little bit. Throw your answers in the chat. We'll reveal the answer here in a little bit. Maybe once the action from this restart calms down. Top four single file back out. First battle I'm seeing is the 7 car, maybe? No, we got a battle right there between Devin Jack and Martin Piccatelli right here. Devin Jack holding the outside strong. Martin Piccatelli working the bottom. See if he can get something going. Martin's had a bit of an up and down night. He's been running strong and consistent. Same with Devin Jack. These guys are both just quiet drivers. You never talk about them until they show up at the end. As we've got a gaggle at the back. The 21 car, the 11 car, and the 7 car are all just door slamming each other at the back of the field. It's a scary place to be back there. 21 car loose in the middle of the corner. Brian Brooks running the 7 car up the racetrack. Not quite what we want to see. Get a look on out the back door of Ryan Hinkle's number 21. At Brian Brooks there. Who's that behind them there? Nearly reckon that's the 7 of Mason Wilson and Ryan Bittler maybe back there? Not behind them. We've got Robert Brobst and Mason Wilson now side by side down the front stretch. Close battle here. It's up the front. Well, this is interesting. We may have a battle going on up at the front here soon, I think, guys. Look at what we got here between Garrett Lane and Braxton DeWise. I am very surprised that Garrett Lane is holding off Braxton DeWise like this. I say that, but he was a little further back a little while ago, guys. He was not contending in the top 5, I don't believe. Caution on the racetrack. The 7 car is around. Need to pull up an incident and see what happened there. Let's see what happened here. See car working the outside of James Danforth here. Let's see. I wonder if he just blinks out. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, and then he comes back in right inside James Danforth. That's rough. And that's, we talked earlier a lot about with the connection issues with Dylan Potts. That is why the connection issues are so terrifying for everyone else in the field. Love to see that from James Danforth's POV here. He's going to send it off in the corner, and I bet you we're just going to see a phantom car show up right in front of him. See, down the front stretch here. Blinks out, goes to 7. And then right about here, I bet, just gone and around. Doesn't even know what happened. That is just unfortunate for both of those guys who were running really good races so far. Well, Justin, you want to take us through the answer for our trivia question?
Yeah, and, rookie mistakes have happened today. I've accidentally messed it up, but nonetheless, the answer was A. Morgan Shepherd accidentally deleted it. So my apologies there that I can't pull it back up on the screen. But hey, man, we're learning as we go. But Morgan Shepherd was the correct answer. For those who guessed that, you are correct.
The roller skating
looks
rock
like
star,
nobody guessed it. So
nobody guessed it. Nobody. You guys weren't betting on my man Morgan Shepherd, the man with the most swag in NASCAR history. I'm disappointed, chat. I'm very disappointed. Everyone
Might
write your
have to-
5-page apology essay and send it to me by next Monday. All right?
We'll throw up
Well,
another trivia question here in maybe just a few laps. We'll see how this restart goes, but we'll give you all another chance to get some guesses in and get some points towards winning one of those Panini trading card packs.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, while everything kind of stacks up here with only the handful of laps that we do have left, so one of the things that I did notice, right, you got Garrett Lane, Kyle Turzac, all these guys took 2 tires, but the fresh tires of all 4, Braxton DeWise was one of those. So we're going to see if those 4 tires are going to help Braxton out to try to make these moves on Kyle Turzac, who only took 2 on this last stop.
Very interesting. Yeah, also worth noting, Kyle Turzac takes the top for this restart for the first time. Haven't seen that all night. Everyone's been taking the bottom, just trying to get that jump. But, you know, Kyle Turzac, he's going to try to keep him guessing. That's his game. He loves the mental side of this sport. Coming off of turn 4, pace car is off. Riding on board with Kyle Turzac here. Let's see where he fires. Oh, what a jump. Well clear Garrett Lane before the time he gets to turn 1, and he's already in the preferred line to take that sweeping arc through the corner. The battle on track is going to be between Braxton DeWise and Chris French as Braxton works the bottom there trying to clear Chris French. Might be a tough sell for him there. Oh, nope, as I say that, he clears. Now a little further back, you've got the 56 of Jacob Phillips trying to make some headway. He's on the inside of Devin Jack and Aiden Neese. Aiden Neese, good recovery so far from that incident earlier in the race. Just needs to bring this thing home safe. If he can bring this thing home with a top 10 without another dent on the cards, I think that'd be a very successful night for Aiden Neese, wouldn't you guys say?
I'd say so, but he's right now just under pressure by the 56. Wow. Tags the wall a little bit there, but man, right, even right there, Jacob Phillips just leaning on the door of Aiden Neese.
Yeah, close battle here between these two, and Aiden Neese really just needs to be safe here. He can't keep hitting the outside wall like that. That is not going to be conducive to the long-term health of his race car. These race cars can take a little bit of a beating, but I certainly wouldn't want to be knocking the fence down off of 4 every lap. Still holding strong on the outside. Does not want to give up that spot to Aiden Neese, but I think Jacob Phillips might be the faster car for the moment. Just can't quite clear. There he goes. Just about. No, not quite. Aiden Neese still on the outside as Jacob Phillips is going to clear himself. Here is there. Around goes Aiden Neese off the bumper of Martin Piccatelli. Oh, hard in the outside wall. Brian Brobst. That looked like it might have hurt, Justin.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, that was a huge impact for Brian Brobst on that outside, but I'm just not surprised for just how aggressive that these drivers were driving here and just throwing it into the corner. Just not surprised to see a little bit of a tag in the left rear.
Yeah, you're not going to be surprised to hear when I say this, but in his interview with me pre-race, Brian Brobst said that he hates these cars and that he has yet to finish a race yet this season. And I think maybe he had an incident at our season opener that might have been his fault, but man, that dude has just been the definition of wrong place, wrong time all season. I mean, this incident really starts here off of turn 2 as Aiden Neese gets nearly passed by the 56. 56 runs it up a little bit. That leaves the door open for the 33, who just sends it in there and finishes off the 45. Brian Brobst, nowhere to go, gets pushed into the corner by the 113 of Richard Parks and slams that outside wall. He's going to have some concussion-like symptoms after that one.
All right, Johnny, it's time. Everybody in the chat guessed it wrong, so let's kick off after we watch this replay. One last trivia question to round this off to see who gets it right, because it looked like Mr. Rapp did say, I swear I was going to say Morgan Shepherd after the fact.
Well, after the fact does not count for an answer. Justin, what do you got for us?
So we got non-oval related, but which massive NHRA event is traditionally held at Lucas Oil IRP every Labor Day weekend?
Oh, how should I know? I don't watch that stuff.
This one I do know because I know what 2 of them are, so I could just do a process of elimination.
You know what? Fair enough. That's how I
your
get
guess is in. Is it A, the Gator Nationals, B, U.S. Nationals or see the Winter Nationals.
Given that one of those is within 25 minutes from my house, I can eliminate that one because I do not live anywhere near.
I think process of elimination has narrowed this down to one answer for me, given the date
make it
and the
a
name.
little
of one of the other
easier
ones.
on you guys because I haven't heard too much about those Indiana Gators.
No, neither have I. I was really curious about that one. That might be a Louisiana or a Florida thing, but once again, what do I know? I only watch cars go left. I don't watch them go straight.
Nonetheless, keep your guesses going in, and we'll talk it. We'll provide the answer here shortly as the restart's about to kick off.
Yeah, if we could get our camera back to live, that would be sweet. There we go. It's off of turn 4. Kyle Turzac on the top again. Kyle Turzac gets a decent jump. Not quite as good of a jump that time on Garrett Lane, but he'll still be clear. Braxton DeWise follows Garrett Lane through. He'll probably be clear by the time we get to turn 4. Chris French trying to hold strong on the outside. Not quite able yet. Top 4 single file. Jacob Phillips, Devin Jack side by side behind. Jacob Phillips has been on a bit of a run these past few laps. So to get an EOL at the end of the race, he has clawed his way forward tonight, and he sits now in the 6th position, looking for 5th off Devin Jack. Further back in the field, Dylan Potts trying to make his way forward. He's still glued to the side of the 113 of Richard Parks. These guys just cannot get away from each other, it would seem. Destined to battle for the entirety of this race. Working lap 97 now when they hit the stripe. At least there's 29 laps to go or something like that. I can't count. I don't know why I said that. 2-car 113 dooring each other down the straightaway, or through the corner, I should say, as they're dooring each other still down the backstretch. Dylan Potts skips it into the corner, not quite able to clear the 113, but might use them up off the corner. Yep, clear. Move Dylan Potts up to 8th, and he's going to set his sight forwards on the 33 of Martin Piccatelli.
No, Chris, we don't talk about it. Who's fast week in and week out. Is that Garrett Lane? He's running in second, just holding off Braxton DeWise. But as soon as I say that, Braxton's looking underneath him. Just hasn't quite had the finishes to make up for the speed that 08 has had. And I don't want to jinx it now, so I'm going to move on from that topic.
I was going to say the same thing. It's okay. This is a good little battle. These guys really, really know what they're doing. Look at that, Justin. Someone in the chat says that you're the best announcer ever. How does that make you feel?
I typed that in the chat, so I feel great. No, that was not me. But thank you for the compliment.
Oh, that was funny. Gosh, don't make me laugh like that.
We do really appreciate you coming out and tuning in.
Oh, that's funny. Look at Kyle Turzac up here, just scooting away from this field. You have to wonder, he had that incident in the season opening race. If that hadn't happened, would he be looking at his 4th consecutive win right now instead of his 3rd? I kind of think so. But anyway, a little further back. Oh, Garrett Lane tags the outside wall there. Braxton DeWise seeing if he can capitalize. Camera trying to find him. There we go. Braxton DeWise following in the tire track, seeing if he can turn under Garrett Lane. Very close, might send it here into turn 1. Not quite. Garrett Lane drove it in deep there, just trying to keep Braxton DeWise behind him. Chris French, another 8/10ths back. Might just be holding on to his tires. We saw last run that Chris French really fell off at the end of that run. That was interesting to watch. Wonder if he just burnt his stuff up, and what he's going to do this run a little bit differently to try to get ahead of that, as he's got Devin Jack working his rear bumper, trying to get by. Devin Jack working for another top 5. That's consistency right there, guys. He's been very good. Battle a little further back. We've got Aiden Neese back there working over. Is it Ryan Bittler? Yeah, Aiden Neese and Ryan Bittler right here going at it. In front of them, Richard Parks and Martin Piccatelli going at it as well. Battles all across this racetrack. Justin, how about you take us through a trivia answer now that we've kind of sorted ourselves out a little bit?
That can do. Get it pulled up here. I promise I didn't delete it this time.
I'm proud of you.
But let's get these last second answers in the chat. What do you think that the Adventure 8 event on Labor Day weekend is for this race? And I can assure you, if you guessed by process of elimination the U.S. Nationals, you would be correct because, yes, the Gator Nationals is held in Gainesville, Florida. And the Winter Nationals...
Probably held in winter.
I brain farted. No, I brain farted. I know exactly where it is. I just cannot think of it.
Well, wherever it is, it's happening in the winter, I would have to guess. And Labor Day, not the winter, dare I say. As on the racetrack, the 33...
Panoma.
Martin
That's where it is. All right. There we go.
Where is it?
Panoma.
Okay, I'll take your word for that. Martin Pitilli running the 113 way up the racetrack. Oh, is there wrecking in front of him nearly? That's Dylan Potts and Jacob Phillips. Jacob Phillips was running really good here a little while ago. Wonder if he might have burnt his stuff up early. Jacob Phillips not going to be a fan of that as Martin Pitilli looks to the inside. Look at these 5 cars right here under a blanket. Martin Pitilli to the bottom of Jacob Phillips, and they've got Richard Parks working the back right there with Ryan Bittler as well.
With only a handful of laps to go, man. So I'm telling you, I'm just curious to see what is running through Braxton DeWise's mind. I mean, Kyle Turzac is almost a little more than half a straightaway ahead of him right now, but he's slowly trying. I mean, he's throwing it in deep, but Kyle Turzac's pretty much just gone away. The 4 tires did not really work out as well as the 2 tires did.
No, and the other thing we got to think about here is the traffic that Braxton had to get through, and also they haven't had a restart side by side at the front yet tonight. So I'm sure Braxton was kind of hoping that maybe once he got there that he might be able to get a jump on him in that situation. But Kyle's just got this race in hand right now. He's just taking it easy. He's on cruise control, kind of setting his own pace. I say that, but last lap, there he was, 10th of a second faster. Benson Weaver tagged the wall there. James Danforth working to the inside of Robert Probst. This is for the 13th position. Lucky number 13, Lucky James Danforth, trying to get by Robert Probst.
Yeah, right now, I think Braxton DeWise is just kind of hoping for a late race caution here and give him one last opportunity. And he's going to get it. Jacob Phillips is around in turn 1. Big crash.
113 up in the air. Jacob Phillips gets T-boned there after the fact. That looked like it hurt. Jacob Phillips on the radio saying that might have been his fault. A lot of people asking what happened there. Let's take a look at it. Johnny, how about you take us through this? Oh.
Just a bad bump getting into the corner. We see that 113 airborne.
Yeah.
Flip count, though.
Yeah, not quite a flip count. Benson still the sole member of that list. You know, I saw one car up in the air, didn't realize it was 113. I was really scared for a second there. Thought Benson might have found the way again. Let's see what happened here. 56 of Jacob Phillips shoots it off into the corner, checks up right in front of the 113. That's interesting. I feel like that I feel like that's a weird incident. I don't know that the 113 got into him hard enough to do all that. That's interesting. What do you think, Justin?
I don't know. Yeah, that was just a completely quick turnaround. Kind of flipped it right around, but man, that was just the slightest contact. But that's all it takes in these cars. I mean, we see it week in and week out. I mean, just the slightest contact to the rear will spin the guy out up front every time.
Yeah,
but this caution does play in the favor of Braxton DeWise, who I was just talking about as that happened. This is going to give him that kind of last opportunity, last ditch effort that he needs. 4 fresh tires over Kyle. He's going to have to do something, and it's going to have to be aggressive, whatever he does.
Yeah, those 4 fresh feel goods are going to have to pay off now if they're ever going to pay off. It'll be very fun to watch here. I wonder, what lane do you think Kyle chooses here, Justin?
Bottom.
You think he takes the bottom after going top 2 in a row?
Yeah, I think he's going to take the bottom on this one.
Interesting. Make Braxton go the long way around. Yeah, I mean, that's been Kyle's strength. Every time him and Braxton have had these restarts with each other is they just, I really feel like that's the only place on the racetrack that Kyle Turzac is a little better than Braxton DeWise is on the restarts. It seems like every time he gets just a crazy jump on Braxton, no matter what Braxton tries.
Well, I think Braxton in this situation is going to have to guess, right? He's going to have to try to jump it without, getting penalized for it. If you can time it just right, jump it when you think Kyle will take off, it'll give you the advantage. And that's what he's going to have to try to do.
He's going to have to, yeah. It's going to be really interesting to watch here. We have coming to 10 laps to go when they take the green flag. This is going to be a wild 10-lap shootout here for the finish. Let's see what happens here. Keeping our eyes on Kyle on the bottom there. Kyle Turzac, Braxton DeWise, your two fastest guys. Chris French still in third. Garrett Lane fourth. Devin Jack, Martin Picatilli. Dylan Potts is there too. He was just cutting out so it didn't show up for a second. That's my bad. Kyle Turzac. Oh, really good jump there. Braxton DeWise close. Kyle shoots up in front of him. Braxton's going to have to make something happen here quick with these 4 fresh tires if he's going to make it work. Side by side nearly behind him with Garrett Lane and Chris French sorting it out. Look at Braxton trying to look for different lines, seeing what he can find. It's just so tough. This is not a wide race. It's a very wide racetrack, but the racing group is just not very wide, especially when you're as fast as these two. You know, the faster you go, the less options you give yourself in the fast line.
Yeah, that was definitely not the restart that Braxton DeWise wanted. I mean, he needed to time that just a little bit better, but yeah, it allows Kyle Turzac to pull at about a 2-car length advantage already. So, yeah, he's probably hoping for another chance, but that may have been his only one.
Yeah, 2 tenths faster last lap for Kyle Turzac. Just really, really needs to restart that Braxton DeWise lead it. Look at Chris French and Garrett Lane side by side here nearly. Chris French trying to hold on to third. Oh, very nearly spins the 08 car around. That was close. Inches between them there getting into turn 3.
Yeah, I think Chris French has finished third in, I think, almost every single race so far.
I think you're right.
So I think he's just trying to get that one spot, keep the momentum going.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll be third in the championship regardless, but gosh, you know he'd love to keep that streak alive. If he can say, I'm the only guy that's consistently running up here with Kyle and Braxton, that's got to feel good, especially with just how good those guys are. Want to point out really quick, Brian Brobst has exited the racetrack after an earlier incident as well. It's a tough night, tough season for Brian Brobst. He's DNF'd every race so far. That's just unfortunate. So we have lost cameras at the moment, but I will do...
Somebody go live. We'll pull it up side by side.
Okay, you got it, Johnny. There we go. Streaming. Let's see what's going on through the field here. We will take you through the field here right now, see where we can go, see what we've got here. We've got Robert Brobst trying to work over James Danforth back here. This is for the 12th and 11th position. Benson Weaver back there behind him. Let's focus, let's take a look at our leader, Kyle Turzac, Braxton DeWise, see where these guys are at. DeWise he's fallen off the back here of Kyle Turzac to the tune of about 0.6 of a second. It's very rough to see. I mean, those 4 tires were probably the right call if a couple other people took it with him. Just fell off a little bit too much for it to work out, but we are getting ready to come to 2 laps to go here. So let's ride on board with our leader, Kyle Turzac, as soon as I can remember what number he's in so I can find him. There we go. Kyle Turzac takes 2 laps to go. Commanding lead right now. Lead's currently up at 0.8 of a second for him there. Just a great run. Once again from Kyle Turzac. No frills, no drama. Got up there, took the lead, and hasn't looked back since. Through the pit cycle, through challenges from Garrett Lane, Braxton DeWise, everybody you could ever want him to have to fight to say that he earned the win. Kyle Turzac's showing them why he's leading this championship as he's working the white flag right now. Coming down the backstretch for the final time. Let's take that overlay away. Into turn 4 for the last time. Through the final corner. It's going to be Kyle Turzac yet again winning at the Indianapolis Raceway Park. Braxton DeWise going to bring it home second. That's the wrong way. Followed by Garrett Lane, Chris French. Devin Jack brings it home 5th. Martin Picatilli brings it home 6th. Dylan Potts 7th. And we'll get you the rest of the results here in a little bit. Need to mute the voice chat really quick. Hold on. Sorry. Those guys are not being good. It says it's the M key, but I hit the M key and it didn't say it worked. Anyways, Yeah, we'll run you through your top 10 again really quick as soon as we can. Let's see what we got here,
Take
guys.
just a quick break. That's what we're gonna do, and we'll be
Okay.
right back on the other end. Hopefully, we can get some of these things together. Since my iRacing decided to crash 2 weeks in a row, so exciting for me. But we will do our best to bring you the post race as good as we can here.
Back with you again here. Apologize for the technical difficulties. It's just part of doing things live, unfortunately. Anyway, we are going to bring you in right now for our post-race interviews. Let's talk first. Justin, you've got our third place finisher, Garrett Lane. Take it away, Justin.
Yeah, Garrett Lane, you got a copy?
I do.
Well, man, first top 3 of the season, but that is not, I mean, that is surprising to say. No, excuse me, not surprising to say, considering how fast you've been all season, just haven't quite had the finishes, but finally able to get a good finish tonight. Talk me through your night tonight.
You know, I wasn't really feeling the setup at first, but it kind of came around like halfway through the race, so kind of found myself picking up positions, and then had a good pit stop, ended up in second, so that worked out, and then just kind of fell out to third because the car just kind of fell off on me, but hey, we'll take it.
Hey, man, nonetheless, it looked like 2 tires was the choice to be. I mean, that puts you up there, and it seemed like you were able to hold off most of the 4 tire pit stops that were behind you. I mean, how much different was it, you know, or what was going through the process in your mind that determined whether you were going to go for 2 or go for 4 tires?
Really just times. To be honest, like, I don't even know. It's just the tires on the left side don't really wear on these cars, but they really do on the right side, so I usually just go right side.
Well, nonetheless, man, congratulations on the top 3 tonight. But hey, man, before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to thank that got you here tonight to capture this 3rd place finish?
I'd like to thank, of course, G-Lane Creations for being on my car. You know, I'd like to thank GBN, and that's pretty much it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, and hope to see you again in the top 3 talking with us next week. But, man, go celebrate the 3rd place finish, and we'll talk to you again, man.
All right, thank you.
Well, that was your 3rd place finisher, Garrett Lane. But I believe, James, you got caught up with our 2nd place finisher tonight, and that is Mr. Braxton DeWise.
Braxton DeWise.
I got you.
James up in the booth. Good run tonight. Solid 2nd place finish. The call was 4 tires instead of 2. Take us through that call.
Not the right call at all. just to be simple with it. But I just need to get a little bit better so I can try to get out front earlier in these races. It's definitely been a problem the past couple here. South Boston, Myrtle Beach, we were able to get in front, but we had that timing line, little mishap thing. But it is what it is. We just, we're having solid races, solid finishes, but you're not going to get the championship when the other guy that's finishing first is the same fella that's doing it 3 times in a row thus far. So just all about getting more to that clean air as fast as you can, but without trying to burn up any tires. I looked at going 3 wide, but it wasn't going to work. It's the flatter the track, the more it's going to be more of a 1 lane usually. I know we have New Smyrna and Five Flags, as well as North Wilkesboro coming up. So those are a couple tracks that are definitely going to be interesting with the lines and just being able to make something happen. I know USA, you might be able to make something happen as well, but clean air is definitely a big deal. Obviously, you have to be able to run a solid enough pace and a good enough line to be able to not only keep that clean air, but also run away with it. Kyle's doing a pretty good job with that. But it's all about just obviously qualifying the best you can, but trying to get to the front the best you can with this 6-car invert, and that's just something we have to get better with.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good race tonight, though. Good job. You fought through some adversity. Coming back through the field on those 4 tires was certainly fun to watch. But yeah, I think you pretty much covered everything I was going to ask you about already there. Johnny, if you want to throw back up my stream, I got a good shot of Braxton DeWise's car tonight up here. But while he does that, Braxton, how about you take us through who gets it done for you? A little bit different look on your car tonight.
Yeah, big shout out to DeWise Renovations, which consists of my dad and I. This is more of a scheme for him, for not only the renovation part of work that he does, but also the work that he does to the Thunder Roadster and has done this far. We've had the car apart twice already, and we're getting close to being able to put it back together. I actually have to get ready to go weld on some pieces so we can mount the side body pods back on and make that a little bit lower. But anyways, big shout out to him. Glad to be able to get this paint scheme from Evan. He did a good job on it. Man, I'm usually a picky feller with my paint schemes and all that other stuff, but here recently I haven't really been having to say anything with Jacob. With Jacob, I just got a paint scheme from him, and I'm looking at the logo. But from Evan, he's always doing a pretty good job. Jacob does a pretty good job too. I'll throw that out there. But I'm running his scheme on Tuesdays actually. That's an Interstate Ford scheme though, but also a shout out to them, as well as Straight Up's Ice Cream Shop, Steak Time, Allen's Arts Images, DeWise Innovations. Like I said, I'm reading off my thing here. Sometimes I just keep reading. Elevated TV, Paid Leave, Wood Nickel Band, Ghost Train, Short Track Report, Scum and Tires Media, at our Pete's House in Winchester, Indiana. If you're definitely over in them parts or going to a race there in Winchester, I know that's mainly probably the reason it'll bring anybody out there, because it's middle of nowhere, but they got a pretty nice track out there, and it's pretty gnarly. So big shout out to them for not only supporting the roadsters, but the track and the city. They got their own little place at the downtown, and they serve a lot at the track. So I just appreciate all my partners and supporters. Hopefully we can be one spot better in this paint scheme next week or any of these weeks. We definitely need to get a win, but consistency is still key, and just need to get that little bit extra bit to be able to get in the lead and win one of these things.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for talking to us, Braxton. See you next week, and good luck.
Alrighty, the Triple J's, like I said. Justin, you're first this time. There you go, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
But Justin, Johnny, and James, I appreciate you guys. Looking forward to go back and watch and see if there's anything I can learn. So I appreciate it as always, and looking forward to next week.
Thank you, Braxton DeWise, your second place finisher tonight at the Indianapolis Raceway Park.
Before we jump into our final interview with our winner of Kyle Turzac, actually, let's throw away our free giveaway tonight. Most active person in the chat, on top of getting the answer correct, first one to get one of our trivia questions correct. Let's just go ahead and give it out to the fan of Braxton DeWise, SR8, just reach out to us, ssracingleague@gmail.com, man. Get you that trading card back. With that being said, let's bring in our first place finisher, 3 in a row. That would be Kyle Turzac. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
I think I said Turzac. Sorry. I'm gonna get it. I'll get it right eventually.
You won't.
I just throw that extra I in there, you know.
Yeah.
Because you're tier, because you're on top. Anyway.
Because you make the competition cry.
Well, nonetheless, man, extremely tough night tonight. I know you were holding it out up front, very, very consistent. But tell me a little bit of how the race unfolded. I know starting about 6th place, but you made your way through the front pretty quickly there.
Yeah, we kind of had to go through the field pretty quick right there because I know this track, after a certain few, on a long run, you can't really pass unless you throw it in there and do a slide job. And the right front just didn't like us tonight. It was honestly, on a longer run, it just got way tighter than I expected and kind of had to compromise my entry. So, Braxton and all those guys would definitely give me entry, but off exit, I could definitely tell a difference not pushing that right front and getting it hot. But tonight actually went pretty smooth. It was, I thought that, we had a pretty good car, qualified on the pole there. So I realized, obviously we have speed and just took my time. And I saw a hole. Braxton kind of slipped up on the straightaway there. I had to run off and I took the hole and I immediately got on the inside of Dylan, so that worked out pretty good. Got to lead in that clean air, then saved as much as I could. Then we have, then we had that stop right there, and I saw Braxton took 4, and I just feel like 2 in this car is superior. I mean, no matter where we go, big track, Darlington, as a clash and whatnot. 2 tires is just always the way to go in this car, just because how it plays out, but. Yeah, that was interesting. The last few laps there had that caution, so that kind of spiced things up.
Yeah, I was about to bring up the 2-tire strategy call because a lot of other drivers opted for 4, but nonetheless, I mean, how was that right rear tire? I mean, throughout the run, I mean, or was it kind of the right front that just seemed to be the kind of problem tire?
The right rear was actually kind of fine in this race. I feel like we had a tighter setup tonight, being fixed up, and the right front on a longer run, like I said, it likes to get hot, and once to get hot, you can never cool it back down. So, yeah, that was the longer run kind of didn't play in my favor really because I saw Braxton passed. I think it was Garrett who was in second after the pit stops, and I kind of had to back down just to make sure that I had to make it, and which I did. I was fine on the second run, or second set of tires, I would say. The first run was getting a little hairy. When we pitted, we had 50% left on the inner side of the right front, so definitely getting down to the cords, if you want to say, on the right front.
Well, next week we run off to a quite different track than this at New Smyrna. I mean, how are we feeling about New Smyrna going into next week?
I love that track of this car. It's probably one of my best in this car, so hopefully we can, keep doing the same thing. Go get a win there, and hopefully go get the championship. That's my whole goal. I missed last season, and now I want to come back and get it again because I know that we have a great group of guys, and you guys, everyone here is an awesome community. So if you're looking for a league on Monday night, it's definitely it right here.
Well, nonetheless, if you're going to say that next week is going to be your best track, then I am really worried about everybody else because that 15's been fast all season long. But, hey, man, before we let you go and celebrate the win, is there anybody that you would like to thank that got you here tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for putting this on. Great broadcast as always. Arcane Sub Shop for everything you do on the open side. Hotshot Photography for the best iRacing photos. Everybody's watching back home. Corey Buddy Raps, Matthew Designs, Turzac Race on Facebook, and I don't think I'm forgetting everyone.
Well, if you got everybody in, man, congratulations on the win tonight. Hey, man, go celebrate with the team, and we will see you at New Smyrna.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, James, there you have it, our race winner. Man, I'm a little worried now. He said that's his best track next week.
Yeah, if the rest of these haven't been his best, what the heck have we been dealing with? Well, Johnny,
Nonetheless,
do we have point standings or a finishing order?
We're going to have the finishing order first. Sorry about that. I should have had that set up. But, yeah, we just heard from the top three: Kyle Turzac, Braxton DeWise, and Garrett Lane. And Chris French coming home in 4th place after a few strong weeks. Man, I'll tell you, this one spot off the podium, that number 53, is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, behind him, Devin Jack's going to be rolling off in 5th place with Martin Picatelli in 6th. Dylan Potts, we've seen run up front most of tonight, 7th, and then Aiden Neese, seeing a little bit of trouble, a little bit of a damaged car, but still brings it home in 8th place. James Danforth, we talked to earlier pre-race, finishes 9th, and Robert Probst rounded off 10th.
Ryan Bittler brought it home 11th tonight, and Richard Parks 13th. Benson Weaver brought it home 13th after a tumultuous night. Ryan Hinkle in 14th. Jake Phillips brought it home 15th as our last finisher on the lead lap. Randy Gross 3 laps down in 16th. Mason Wilson 13 down in 17th. Brian Bropes, Blaze Richardson rounded up your top 19 starters for the night.
All right. And we're going to move into our points standings after tonight's race. Just bear with me. Everything is all messed up right now. I'm trying to gather everything up here. But yes, after race number 4 here at IRP, Kyle Turzac does assume the lead with the drop week finally taking effect. It's going to have a 14-point lead over Braxton DeWise.
Yeah, like Braxton said, it's going to be tough when the guy that you're racing with wins, is just finishing that one position ahead of you each week, week in and week out. So, you know, Braxton, a little bit of studying to do to see if he can make back up. A 14-point deficit is easy to make back up. I mean, one bad race from Kyle, or another bad race from Kyle, will just put him right back in contention. So don't keep those out. But Chris French still holding strong in 3rd place. I mean, Devin Jack with great finishes. And look at this jump up that we've seen from Garrett Lane with those great finish tonight. Puts him in 5th. And don't count out Martin Picatelli as well as Dylan Potts.
Yeah, Dylan Potts sitting back there, 28 back. Aiden Neese, 30 back. Benson Weaver drops 1 spot. He's 32 back now. Wow. Guys, what a race. It was a good time. Certainly a very interesting race. Very long green flag run there in the middle to spice things up. And a couple good restarts, too. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't have asked for something better tonight. It was good clean racing tonight. I mean, yeah, we had the few cautions, but hey, it's short track. But I'm going to tell you what, we have those long green runs, you know, and some of those exciting battles, a lot of door banging that we love to see.
It was an absolute show from start to finish. We saw 3 and 4 wide. It was absolutely incredible. And yeah, we're going to go in one more time to the next few races in the schedule here. We have New Smyrna, Langley, and Five Flags up next, and Stafford. And yeah, things are really heating up as we're hitting the midway point of the season. The points battle is all shaken up. And I'll tell you what, that Kyle Turzac is looking to defend his late model championship here. And he's doing it in impressive fashion, winning 3 in a row. And hey, with his quote-unquote best track next week, we very well could see 4 in a row.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the drive for 4 in a row is certainly alive for Kyle Turzac. Going to be a great race either way. New Smyrna is such a fantastic racetrack.
Well, not only that, we got some good tracks lined up, as you've seen with Langley, Five Flags, as well as Stafford. So good racetracks all lined up, all different types of short tracks. So it's going to make for an exciting season.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's going to take us out of here, guys, for Johnny Rapp.
Johnny's trying to, because we got
Johnny
some
got
more
one more
flowers to give here. We
please.
got some other partners here with Slingshot here. Just
producer.
Man, this is man. iRacing crashing on me has everything messed up. But regardless, we're going to look at our Wednesday night schedule here. Wednesday night, we will be here. James Moore now sponsoring the series with the UNO podcast. Yeah, we're going to be at Richmond after an impressive show at New Hampshire last week. We're looking to kind of rebound.
That's the word you're using? Impressive.
We're going to rebound at Richmond, and then we're going to triple the size and go to Auto Club. Coda. Road course is always fun in these Xfinity cars. It's a great series. Tune in on Wednesday nights, and you can see all the action live right here from Slingshot TV. And then we're going to Thursday night, where the playoffs have started. They were just at Homestead last week. It looks like they're also going to be at Richmond this week. So you're going to have Richmond back-to-back right here on Slingshot TV in these O'Reilly Series cars. Man, it's going to be a blast. The NSRLA, Downtown Auto Sales, National Series here, wrapping up their season. Just a handful of races left, and the intensity has ramped up.
Absolutely. Always fun to talk about our partners here at the Slingshot Racing League. Johnny, that all you got for us tonight, buddy?
Yeah, that's it. You can set us off now.
Take us out. All right, let's put this one out to pasture, boys, old Yeller style. Appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. Congratulations to our giveaway winner. Fun night tonight. We look forward to seeing all of you back in the chat at New Smyrna next week. For Justin Wilson and Johnny Rapp, I've been James Moore. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great night.